Hello everyone, welcome to the next lecture on the probability and statistics. Today we will discuss about what is the Cramer-Rao inequality and give you a very simple proof in the 3 steps are there. So myself Dr. Garg, working in the School of Mathematics, Thapar Institute, India. You can contact me, either of my email IDs are there if you feel any doubt regarding the probability and stat. So first of all, what is the Cramer-Rao inequality? What is the statement and how you can prove that? So it's a very simple task that if you have any of the unbiased estimator t and a function unbiased estimator of the t, that is for this gamma, which is a function of theta, then you can find the variance of this unbiased estimator like here, where this denominator part like this is the information of theta, and L is what is L is the maximum likelihood function. And you can easily see that since this variance is a greater than equal to, so you can also say this Cramer-Rao inequality will provide you the lower bound like this to the variance of the unbiased estimator. As you can see that the variance of t is greater than, so that's why lower bound. The proof is very easy. We can simplify the proof only for the continuous random variable, while we can replace them for the discrete case easily with the help of integration to the summation. So look at that. Before start this proof, there is some assumption that we have to need proof taken before proving this Cramer-Rao. There are the 4 assumptions are there. The first one is the that is the parameter space theta is the non-degenerate open intervals. Second one is the all those points, it is a sample space xi. This that is a derivative of the likelihood function exists them. Also the range of the integration is independent of the parameter theta. That is the f of x is differentiable under the integral sign, means that if you have this function, you can simply derivative them. Also you can take the integration. That's the meaning of that, differentiable under integral sign. And the last one is that the uniform convergence will exist then. So based on these assumptions, we can derive this Cramer-Rao inequality. So look at that. What is my approach is that look at that how many things you need. First thing, you have to need to define the L. Second thing is you have to need to define this gamma, and the third thing is you have to define this variance of t. So these 3 steps are there which we have to taken to prove that. So what is we have taken that, let x be the random variable having the PDF this, and L is the likelihood function. So we are working on the first part. So how you can define the likelihood function from here is this. Now since L is called as the likelihood function or likelihood function, all of you know that we also call as the joint density function. So now since it is a joint density function, so what is the meaning of the PDF? So we know that the PDF is f of x of dx, it must be a 1. But once it's a joint, what is the meaning of the joint density function or called as the JDF? If the integration of this over the domain dx1, dx2 and so on will be a 1. The same thing for here. Here is a dx is nothing but the integration of the n parts are there. Now what you can do is that now since we need the derivative of this, so we can take the derivative of this function. So what is that derivative of this part? So right hand side is 1, that's a 0, and by using the regularity condition I can take the integration inside. How now can I write this L as nothing but this? Why? Because if you consider this as, what is the derivative of this is 1 by L of this into, I can multiply this as here, so this will be cancelled out, so again will be here. So I can multiply and divide with L on both sides, so it will be here. So what is that? So what is that? This is nothing but my expected value of this. All of you know that what is the expected value of x? This is x into PDF of this. F of x is a PDF of the x. Now here, what is the PDF of the L is? What is the PDF of the L is? This is the joint density function. So this is the E of this. Now this is here. Now second part is we can think about the gamma. What is the gamma is? T is the unbiased estimator of gamma. What is the meaning of that unbiased estimator? That is here. Now I can apply the definition of E of t here. This is T of, what is the expected value of Tx? Again the same rule I have applied, x into f of x, but here this is a t, so it is a L of here. Now I need the derivative, so you can take the derivative of this with respect to theta. Left hand side is a gamma and here is nothing but this. Now what you can do is that you can simply again multiply and divide by L, so it will be my log of L. What is that? This is again with this is called as, this is the expected value of this. So therefore this is the expected value of this. Now the third target is we will think about this t. Now there are the two functions, so we can utilize them. The covariance of the x comma y is nothing but here. So this is the function x, this is the function y, so I can take this one here. What is the value of this is, we can derive in the first part, this will be 0, so this part is completely 0, so this part will be here. And what's the value of this is, you can see this is nothing but gamma dash is there. Now how you can correlate with them covariance to the variance. So we all know that the relation between, this is the correlation coefficient, and we know that the correlation coefficient is always lies between -1 to 1. So I can write the covariance upon square root of this. So from here I can write this expression here. So we can substitute the value x as this, y as this, and therefore we can write like this way. So what is the value of this is gamma dash. This is nothing, this we need. What is the value of this? So all of you know that what is the variance of x. What is the variance of x is, this is e of x square minus ex whole square. So I can, this is now my x, I can substitute the value here by using this. So what is the value of this is, again this value is same as that of this, and we derive in the previous case is 0. So this part is 0 and this part is remain as such. So therefore this is my here. So can you find the variance of t from here? Yes, you can find them, and that is the required proof of this Cramer-Rao inequality. And again you can see this is a greater than equal to, so we can say any of the unbiased estimator t in which the Cramer-Rao inequality holds is called as the minimum variance bound, MVB. We already discussed in our previous lecture, but we will continue that. Also we can see that there is a greater than or equality. So when the condition equality will be hold, so condition for the equality sign in the Cramer-Rao. So this is the Cramer-Rao equality. We can say this when the equality will be hold. So I can write the variance of this quantity like this way. So therefore we can write this, we can find the value of this. I can multiply this I on both sides, I is nothing but here. Now we can see by using the Cauchy-Schwarz inequality, we can say when this quantity and this quantity are proportional to each other, then the equality will be hold. All of you know that what is that, this is, if I say x of I square, which will be equal to this, and equality will hold if and only if x and y are proportional to each other. That is the same thing. What is the meaning of the proportional is, you can write like this way. So can you find the value of what is the lambda is? This is a parameter which is independent of the xi's are there. Can you find the value of this from here? L, you can divide them, this is here. So therefore once if you write the expression here, then what is the meaning of that? This t is the unbiased estimator of this. You can find the variance of the t from by using this lambda and so on, and it is also called as the minimum variance bound. So how you can derive them, we already discussed in our last lecture. In this you can see this lecture how you can solve, how you can find all this expression. We can solve this with the help of various numerical examples. Also you can see the previous videos like theory of the estimator, unbiased estimator, consistent, sufficient estimator. In all this in the channel name Dr. Harish Garg are there. If you feel any doubt, you can contact me at any time, else you can simply follow this link for finding the more updated videos. Best of luck students, happy learning.